joining us. Hey, it's a good thing there are 4.
I feel like I'm in a minority.
Can we see?
You guys are currently live.
All right. I'll bring this meeting of the Brighton Area Schools Board of Education to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Ackermite, roll call.
Dr. Krebs?
Here.
Mr. Stahl?
Here.
Mrs. Mitchell?
Here.
Mrs. Reed?
Here. All right, we have a motion to approve the agenda for the evening.
So moved.
Support. Moved by Ms. Mitchell and supported by Dr. Krebs. Any discussion? I don't know if we have to cover this on the agenda, but we do have, I just want to make sure everybody's got the resume for the new business manager candidate. That's item D under 4 action. Yep. All right. If there's no other discussion, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And that passes 4-0. That will take us to Superintendent Report, but I noticed that Dr. Suri is not with us this evening. Is there any other report from the administration, or we'll move on? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm skipping call to the public quite by accident. I apologize. Let's go back to call to the public. There should be instructions in the Zoom chat for anybody that wants to participate with us. As usual, once you are unmuted, please introduce yourself with your name and your address, and we respectfully ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes.
All right, there's currently no one in queue. Let me guide through this process.
We got 2.
We'll give it another minute.
Okay, Jenny Sobolewski, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hi, my name is Jenny Sobolewski, and I live at 7507 Pingree. And I'm standing out a group of very dedicated professionals who are giving their all to Brighton area schools. And we appreciate us for what we are doing for our community. We love our jobs. We love what we do, but we cannot continue to be demoralized by a board and leadership who will not appreciate the sacrifices that we're making and the effort that we are putting into making this year beautiful for our students and for our community. And so my request is that the board continue to consider this group of people and everyone else who is represented by the Brighton area school staff. Look out of the window, look at our tired, masked faces, and please respect who we are as professionals and show us that respect through honoring who we are and what we're giving for this community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sean Carney. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Sean. Sean?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Sean Carney. My address might as well be 7878 Brighton Road. I do live in district. I'm a proud Brighton teacher. I'm a proud parent. I moved to district because of the teachers. I moved to district to give my child every advantage that she can have in life. And many of that is our school systems, and the heart of our school system are our teachers. I just think that we need to take care of our people. There's many uncertainties in this world that we live in right now. I'm constantly being asked to do more with less. I've taken on the cleaning of my classroom as a large priority this year to make sure all of my kids are safe. And I think that we just need to take care of our teachers. Per pupil funding hasn't been cut. In fact, you're getting $65 more per student this year. That's $400,000 for Brighton area schools. Our enrollment is very flat. We didn't lose any kids. In fact, we went out of our way to give kids every opportunity to stay in Brighton area schools and to do the whole BVA thing. And at some point, that relies on our teachers and our staff. So I hope that you can get this settled and get it settled quickly. And we deserve a fair deal. Thank you.
Thank you.
iPhone. Go ahead and unmute yourself, iPhone.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Becky Rapp. I work at Hawkins Elementary School. I'm a resident of South Lyon. I just feel that you guys need to hear a perspective from multiple levels across the district, and I am speaking for the elementary level. We work very, very hard every day. We put on the happiest faces we can to make the kids have a wonderful day at elementary school, and it is going very, very, very smoothly thanks to the efforts that we make every day. We deserve a fair contract and fair pay for the amount of work and effort we are putting in. We should not be expected to work under these conditions with this stress and not be feeling the feeling of support from this school district and this Board of Education. Thank you.
Thank you.
Colleen Buchanan. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Colleen.
Hi, I'm a teacher at Brighton High School. I live in Farmington Hills. I'm here today to discuss the contract that was put before us. This contract during these times is insulting to Brighton teachers. Offering us nothing or asking us to take a pay cut degrades everything we do and everything we stand for. Money is not an issue in this district. School funding from the state has not been cut. And in fact, we're getting more money per pupil. Brighton has a $7 million cash equity fund with another $2 million in fund equity as a rainy day fund. In case you hadn't noticed, it's raining. The storm that is COVID-19 has hit and shows no sign of abating. All of these extra safety measures you put in place, hand sanitizer, cleaning supplies, etc., should come out of that rainy day fund. They are here to help ward off this storm. And it is the teachers who are making sure that the Brighton ship stays afloat during this storm. It is the teachers in the classrooms with 30 plus students who cannot be 6 feet apart. It is the teachers making sure that desks get cleaned and students keep their mask on even when they don't want to. It is the teachers who walk to the restroom during passing time feeling unsafe because the students are packed in the hallways, even bumping into each other and into us. And now, as a wave of COVID positive and quarantined kids hits our school, it is the teachers making sure students at home get the work they need to continue to be successful, even though they cannot be in class. It is the teachers who are the Brighton difference. The storm clouds are not diminishing. COVID's numbers are not going down and the disease has reached our schools. It is the teachers who are the essential workers who will keep this Brighton ship from foundering. Show us the respect as essential workers by giving us a contract that we deserve. You should be ashamed of offering us anything less.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Todd Day. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Todd.
Okay, hi guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I know you can hear me. All right. I'm standing outside the window as I look up at you and I feel very inferior. And I have felt that way for quite some time, being disrespected without a contract. And, you know, the last couple of weeks when I tried to get in and talk, wasn't able to for technical reasons, for one reason or another. And I feel like our voices as teachers and part of the community have been negated, have been shot down. And listen to the horn. So as you hear the horn, I know it sounds disrespectful, but we're kind of at our wit's end. That's kind of what we don't know what else to do. We got to make some noise somehow to make some change. So we're beeping horns outside of a board window. I mean, it's ridiculous. Let us focus on getting in the classroom, getting our lesson plans done. I have college essays to grade. I don't want to be out here tonight. I don't. I'd rather be grading. Let me be working with the kids. I mean, this is not what we're supposed to be doing as public servants in our community. Let's work. Let's get a contract. Let's get paid fairly. Amen. Reverend Dan over there. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
So if you'd like to speak and call the public, please click on the participants window and then click the raise hand button. That's for those of you that are not reading the chat. Is there anyone else to call the public? Give it a minute or so. That was the end of the queue. Okay. Diane T. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, it's Diane Tamblin, kindergarten teacher at Hawkins School. And we've been talking for several weeks now with our administrators, with our community, with our students, with our parents, and we've been trying to talk with the Board of Education as well, the people who actually make the decisions. I've noticed that nobody's come into the school to ask any of us really, how is it going? What do you need? How can we help? And how can we make this work for everybody? And I'm asking, not only do you come in for yourselves to see on the ground how it's going, but you ask us what we need to do the work that we do for this community. We need your help, we need your collaboration, we need your support. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Allison, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi. Well, I realize that this is away from the teacher's contract, which is absolutely important. I do need to bring up that we brought up and we spoke last week about the state releasing Executive Order 183, which replaces Executive Order 176 for Section 7. This allows all sports institutions to have participants for athletes 30% of seating capacity. However, the order doesn't go into effect until October 9th. We want our POM girls to be able to participate. At this point, they are the only athletic organization in Brighton that's not allowed to participate. And I know you guys have our order and I have our letter, but I just want to make sure that's brought up and it's important for all of us and our girls.
Thank you.
Sherry Moore. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Sherry? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Sherry.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. My name is Sherry Moore, address 4577 Oak Point Drive. This is regarding the town also. As a taxpaying supporter of Brighton Athletes, I would like you to know that WHSAA have authority to tell Brighton High School that an organized sport, Brighton Town, which Brighton High School governs, is not allowed to participate in their season this year. Second, is there a formal process that MHSAA must abide by to change their rules? And third, does guidance have to be treated the same as rules? Aside from the questions of authority and legality, I'd also like Brighton area schools to consider what is right for your prom athletes. The Brighton athletic community is a sport of prom. Should your prom team be the only sport that can participate in one million season? Should Brighton area schools support guidance from the sports association that doesn't govern sport or have its best interest in mind? Should Brighton Town athletes, young and old, question their athleticism and place within the Brighton athletic community? The moral questions, of which there are many, are just as important to the administration to consider because blatant disparities across sports do not promote a diverse, strong, and supportive athletic community. Please support Brighton Town team and allow them to perform Friday night. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Sarah Ross. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Unmute. Hi, this is Sarah Ross. I live at 5318 Wyndham Lane in Brighton. I have been a proud Brighton teacher for 28 years. I love my job. It's been so incredibly disheartening this year, not trying to work through COVID and not working with kids and families and colleagues. What's been disheartening is feeling so incredibly disrespected by a board that seems unwilling to settle a fair contract. That is truly the only thing I need this year. A fair, settled contract that acknowledges my incredibly hard work and devotion to this community and the school district. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morgan Bridgewater. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
First grade teacher at Hawkins. I did choose to speak anonymously a few weeks ago at a board meeting because being a new teacher, it's not something I really wanted to voice. However, from a new teacher, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of preparation. And that's not when you're teaching in a global pandemic. The fact that we are doing all of this work, and for me being at the bottom of the pay scale, working my butt off and then not feeling appreciated on top of it, I'm not surprised that people do not stay in this profession, which breaks my heart because I love my job, I love my kids, and I came to this district from another district because I knew the place that Brighton was, and I'm honored to be here. But I'm so saddened and disheartened how our teachers are now being treated for the hard work they're doing because of Brighton difference. Thank you.
Brandy Ward. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Brandy.
Hi, my name is Brandy Ward. I'm a teacher at Hawkins Elementary, and I just want to tell you that I'm so happy that we're back in school. face-to-face. I think there's no substitute for face-to-face instruction, and I'm proud that our district has decided to do that. However, I do think our teachers are here every day putting their health and their lives at danger. We deserve a fair contract. We should be able to not have to worry about financial stress during teaching during a national pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else? Just a reminder, if you'd like to participate in Call the Public, please click on Participants and then click on the Raise Hand button. Liam, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Lower hand. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Katie Martin. I'm a parent here in the community. I back the teachers 100%. Please give them a contract. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
If that's it.
There's no one else presently in line.
All right, we will close call to the public and move on to the superintendent report. Is there, just to make sure, I know I asked the question before, but since we were out of order, is there anyone from the administration with a
I understood that Dr. Suri was going to participate virtually this evening.
So during, I made arrangements with Laura. She does have input from the closed session.
Not for this, though. I think
She is
Okay.
presently observing through the Zoom. And if she had something to say, then she would inform me. But
Okay, we can move on to for action. Item A on for action, the regular meeting minutes for September 23rd, 2020. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Or
Moved by Dr. Krebs and supported by Mr. Stahl. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, that passes 5-0. Next item, item B, policy 1100, the superintendent's and principal's absence from the district. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Support.
Moved by Ms. Mitchell and supported by Dr. Krebs. Any discussion? And just so everybody knows, I didn't get any questions or any revisions by email during the week. All right.
job well done.
Thank you, sir. All right, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that passes 5-0. Item C, hiring of certified staff. Ms. Irvine?
Yes, I'm really happy to bring two candidates forward for director positions. As you know, we have had our director of technology position has been vacant since July 1st. And we
Wait, that one's next.
Okay.
Starting with the teacher position.
Oh, sorry, thanks. I'm happy also to announce that we have a new teacher in our math department at the high school. William Draxler comes from Pinckney Schools, and we are excited to have him. Comes with a wealth of experience and will be a great addition to the high school. We were really pleased to have him join us.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Support.
Moved by Ms. Mitchell and supported by Dr. Krebs. Any discussion?
Welcome to Brighton High School, Mr. Fresh.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Draxler. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that passes 5-0. All right, item D, hiring of administrative staff.
Thank you. Thank you. I already jumped over to our director side. We have had a vacancy for the director of technology. We've had Mr. Castile has filled in during that time period. He was an interim director. We did go through a pretty extensive process to consider his candidacy along with others that applied for the position. And we're happy to say that we did select him to be the Director of Technology, and he will be transferring from LASA to Brighton area schools under direct employment starting October 1st if he is approved. And the second candidate we had was the Director of Accounting, and that was a more recent vacancy that occurred over the last few weeks as Marcus Leon went to Jackson in an Assistant Superintendent role. And we are excited to introduce to you Elizabeth Patterson. She comes from Genesee County, and we are excited to have her a part of our school district in that role.
All right, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Stahl, supported by? Support. Dr. Krause.
Be there.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that passes 5-0. Welcome, Mr. Castile and Ms. Patterson. All right, and that will close for action. So for future action, we have Neola policy. This is the first reading for 2266 and 5517.2. Ms. Irvine.
Yes, so part of the new regulations around Title IX require a pretty dramatic change in Title IX policy. It's been brought forward from the federal government. Those changes will actually effectively remove policy 5517.02, sexual violence. That will be removed from our policy handbook. And instead, we would have board policy 2266. There are a few changes in the way that Title IX is rolled out. For instance, one of those changes is whoever handles the Title IX coordinator position has that prominently stated in their title. We also will make sure that our website has it extremely prominently displayed as well. The policy itself, we went through quite a process reviewing this with Dr. Halleck, as well as our team, redlining, kind of thinking through the ways that we handle Title IX. And there was one pretty predominant change, or at least option that we chose not to do, which is a hearing. So what you'll see in the draft itself, redlined out, is the hearing option. So we do have investigations that will happen with Title IX. Formal investigations will have all the opportunities of witnesses, for instance, through an investigative process, but it would not necessarily go to a hearing. We did believe that we wanted to make sure we did not deter individuals from reporting. So that is one of the big decisions that the policy committee did make during that process. But I will say that we have already started using this process because it is required. It's pretty much copied directly from all the regulated requirements that are in the policies themselves. So we did not have a lot of license to change any of the grievance processes, for instance, because most of what's there in that policy is what's now mandated by law.
Yep. And when you're looking through the red line, the actual redlining that you see are the choices that we made out of the options that Neola presented. That's not the committee taking license with what Neola sent us. We added the text that you see in green. So there's very minimal changes there that the committee is recommending to the board outside of what Neola has presented us with. And from my perspective, that was a good idea because this is a very complex area of law and obviously very new. So we didn't want to stray outside of what Neola and their attorneys had recommended to us. Well,
I just want to just one quick comment, and I know I've said it before, but I really appreciate the amount of work and the process that the committee, the policy committee takes on these things. I know this is not the most exciting of, I don't mean this particular policy, I mean just in general, of items that have to move through and revise and review, revise, et cetera. And so thank you. This is a huge lift for the board to be able to have a committee that takes the time and energy to do this and then bring it forward and makes it a much simpler process. So thank you. On the back end. I don't mean that in the front end.
if you guys have any questions as you read through it, definitely let Ms. Irvine know or let me know, and we'll make sure that you get answers to your questions.
There will be a series of companion documents that will need to be approved because there will be some modifications to the student code of conduct, as well as some other policies that it reaches through to make sure that it's complete. So that will come probably within the next couple of board meetings. So you can be expecting that.
Thank you. That's a good reminder. Yep, this is only the start of the work. And we're getting the rest of our policy updates from Dr. Halleck on Friday. So, yes, there will always be work for the policy committee. Okay, if there's no other discussion or questions, we can move on to the board committee reports. As you just heard, policy committee is meeting again on Friday. And we've got policies coming in. It's the fall package. So you guys will be hearing from us a lot over the next month.
Bond committee, we do have a schedule. You may have noticed, I don't know if you use Spencer to get out of town in the morning, but you would have noticed that there's a lot of work going on. They had the road closed. We made the water tap for our new concessions building. Grading and installation of the foundation for the new building that's going on out there, including the connection of the water main to the building is going on throughout the week. We did have some demo and reinstall of the roof on the old Hawkins Elementary building that was completed Friday. We'll see some more as far as delivery and equipment, layout of field dimensions, et cetera, for the new Hawkins fields that are going out there for our baseball tournaments. And we'll have we've got this new schedule on that we kind of prompted to do, so we'll have a schedule for you like this at least every meeting.
What's the expected completion time on this project out here?
I believe it's got about a 2-month period of time on the building to completion. The field, as far as it goes, it looks like it'll take us into right at the end of fall, because we'll be putting a seeding on the first fall season. As far as the baseball diamonds, it's kind of in the beginning stages. By next spring, you should see something.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other?
Just the finance committee is setting up a meeting. We're getting, that one will be coming, I think, within the next couple of weeks.
Thank you, Dr. Krause. Okay. The next regular board meeting will be Monday, October 12th at 7 p.m. Who wants to?
Motion to enter closed session for the purpose of discussing negotiation strategies connected with the BEA bargaining unit, as much as the administration has requested a closed session.
Support.
Moved by Mr. Stahl and supported by Dr. Krebs. Ms. Ackerman, roll call vote, please.
Dr. Krebs?
Yes.
Mrs. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Stahl?
Yes.
Mrs. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Birchfield?
Yes.
All right, and that passes 5-0. We will go into closed session and then come back out into open session to close the meeting. There's nothing else on the agenda to vote on tonight. Thank you.
bear with for a sec.
Yep.
I'm gonna stop the broadcast and bring Laura up over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Go back.
There you go. Oh, wait.
Need the video then.
Come on, video.
Cannot start the video.
We're still live on YouTube.
Oh, no.
There we go.
There we go. All right. We are back from closed session and adjourning. This meeting is over.
So I think that's an HR policy discussion that needs to be looked at.